since I last posted something, I think. Almost 2 years anyway. Welcome. And my recording software wasn't recording. Perfect. A perfect start to this video. Anyway, let's get to what I wanted this video to be about. Things I got for myself for the holidays. I'm talking Christmas, New Year, whatever. There's a lot of books, like heads up, a lot of books, because books are my thing. I'm trying to get back into reading a lot rather than just being on my phone doing everything, just reading real books, because I am that person. I am that person who prefers real books. I just like the way they are having it in my hand, you know. But let's start with makeup, because I did buy some makeup that I'm excited to talk about. I cannot tell you how much I'm looking forward to like spring and summer for this year. While like in January, I'm already looking forward to spring. But that was why I got this. Why am I getting it for the holidays if I'm not even going to wear it? I will, don't worry. This is the Danessa Myricks Dew Wet Balm. I love cream highlight. I don't have a lot. I only have like 3. 2 from Colourpop, 1 from MAC. You know the one I'm talking about if you've watched my older video. But this is like even more dewy than that. This is a straight up balm, and it has some shimmer inside. The thing I love about this is that it's like a pinky toned rather than straight up gold, which I'll be honest, I'm not really a fan of every single time. I want something more pink, something more peach, and this is perfect. If you want to go for the more natural look, you can take like the top layer, like a balm, and if you want a little bit of shimmer, you can go in there and really get what you need. Like this. So I ordered some lipstick from Joa Beauty. I saw this YouTuber, Jessica Vu, show their stuff in like a New Year's video she did, and I really liked the way they looked, so I went to check them out, and I ended up getting these 3 lip products. They're so pretty. Can you see? Oh, my light is too bright. I promise I'll show you them properly. This one, my favorite shade of all 3, is Squad Goals. I've been looking for a brown toned pink, and this is just it. It looks really bright pink in the camera for some reason, but it's actually it's a brown toned pink. It's a cream formula, really hydrating, and it doesn't settle into the lines, even though it was, I think this was $5 or something. So it's really good. The next one is Fetch, and this is a confusing color because it looks like a cool toned pink, but it's not really cool toned. I want to call it neutral because it's like really in between. It's a really in between bright pink, but it doesn't look like, you know, that baby pink that's kind of like really bluish. It looks like it has a lot of blue undertones, but you put it on and it's just really pretty pink. Next is this one. This one is also similar to that one, but it's a bit warmer. This is a velvet lip. I love this. It's what I'm wearing today. It's a matte lipstick, but it has a weird texture. If you've ever, I imagine this to be similar to a lot of the Korean like lip tint, like the peri lip tint kind of thing. I haven't used it before, but the way it looks kind of reminds me of this. It's just a really blurred lip product. If you want that blurred lip, this is for you. This is for you. I got this from the thrift store. I'm going to take the brightness down because this isn't working. Ooh, my ring light is off, but I just want you to see the pretty detail. It has like this pom-pom in the front, and it's not too tiny. Like it can hold some stuff. I just think it's so cute, and it was like $1.99 or 99 cents. I'm not sure, but it wasn't higher than that. So it's so cute. Wear this with like this kind of sweater or any white sweater. Go for a monochromatic fashion moment. It's so cute. It's so pretty. Ring light back on. I started filming, I don't know, like barely 20 minutes ago. It was still bright, but it's winter time, so it's already getting dark. I really need this thing to work for me. Next, we're going to go into books. Now, I've sort of fallen into that rabbit hole of buying books that are way too how do I say this, that are just pretty, you know. I kind of like, I've been watching a lot of Desi. I've forgotten the full name of her channel, but it's something Desi, and I love the looks of the books that she gets. And I'm not someone who buys books just for the looks of them, like I want to read them. I used to read quite a bit, and I actually still read a lot online. It was just I won't even say what it was, but I kind of fell into the rabbit hole of buying books because of how pretty they are. But I didn't let myself like fall into it. I just couldn't resist getting this book. Like, do you see this? It is so pretty. This is it. It's like I wasn't going to buy it, but I didn't actually want it, let's be honest. Robert Schuller, the Be Happy Attitudes. 8 positive attitudes that can transform your life, which is what I need right now. I'm in my last year of university, and we're hopefully going on to like bigger things this year, so I'm hoping this will be helpful for me. Also, there is this one as well. I really like the way it looks. Can you tell I'm like liking the kind of leathery cover to the book, and the color, the gloss, and the gold as well. This is the Book of Amazing History. Basically, what I'm getting from this book is like history, but like with all the myths that everyone believes in, like included inside. Like it says here on the front, sea serpents on medieval maps noted dangerous or unknown areas. And it basically, I haven't read it, but it has a lot of different myths and stuff, and it kind of includes it into history. So it seems like history has a lot of, like, all those myths are actually part of history. It's like there's stuff here.
I didn't get that. Could
Siri,
you try again?
Siri, no. no, thank you, Siri. You can go.
You're welcome.
So it has things in here like 10 structures that define America, the history of Braille, of popes and kings, and then it has illustrations. It has illustrations as well. I'm actually interested in reading this a lot. My brother and I like to talk about mythology and sea serpents. Like, we actually debated with our dad, which annoys him so much. He's like, why am I wasting my time talking about this thing, the Loch Ness monster, with these children? I'm not a child, I'm 20, for your information. Next, Sherlock Holmes. I've actually not read the book before, but I've actually watched the one with Benedict Cumberbatch, and I love it. And I've watched a lot of Sherlock Holmes themed stuff, so I feel like I'll really enjoy this. And I do like mystery books. Yes, I do. So I'm really interested to read this. This is the complete Sherlock Holmes, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. I not bite my tongue. 4 full-length novels and 56 exciting short stories in 2 handsome volumes. And I found both of them at the same time in the same thrift store, volume 1, volume 2. They were both like $3.99. Can you imagine? That's why I bought so many books, because they were so cheap. And I was like, they're cheap, I cannot just leave them in the thrift, so I have to buy all of them. So I did. Mrs. Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I wanted to read this book so bad when I was back in high school. It was always borrowed whenever I wanted to read it for some reason, and then I never got to it. But I watched the movie and I liked the movie, so I'm really interested in reading it. I saw another copy, but I was like, you know what, let's read the book first, see if we like the style of writing. I know the story is something that I like mystery, that kind of stuff, so let's read it. If I like it, I'll go and look for the sequels. Online. Yes. Now on to this book. I was like, let me buy more wintry themed stuff. In my mind, that like translated into white, red, and this is Wildwood. Why is this washing out these books so badly? Like, what is going on? Yes, this is it. Cover my face because I looked quite scary. Wildwood. I love the illustration in this. So I realize I haven't really been telling you anything about these books, and that is because, random plug, I'll be doing a series called A Study in blah blah blah. Like, I read a book and I tell you about the book shortly, and I tell you about what I liked, what I didn't like, if I didn't like anything, and basically just talk about books, which I love to do. So that's why I'm not telling you too much about the books. I'm sorry. But from the summary, I can tell it's a very adventure-y book. I love it because, number one, the cover. Number two, the pages are kind of I don't know if you can see this. It's really like rough, like it's old manuscript. Is that the right word? I don't remember. And it has illustrations. Let me see. And it has illustrations inside. Yes, something like this, stuff like this, although not usually colored, just throughout the book. And I'm really interested to get into this book. I can't recommend it yet. Maybe when we do a study in, and then I can recommend things for you. You can skip the description of the book because then I'll be giving a lot of spoilers. Or we can do a separate video where I just talk about the themes in the book, which is a study. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm sorry. I've kind of forgotten how to do this. I'm kind of like just blabbering on. I don't even know what I'm saying. The Blackthorn Key. Magic, adventure, and things that go boom. I think this is more of a children's book. I don't mind reading children's fantasy as long as it's not from, children. I mean, like, teenage fantasy, because usually when you're reading fantasy that's for older people, there's a lot of sex. If I wanted to read about sex, I would buy a mature novel. If it's called a fantasy novel for a reason, so keep it fantasy. I feel like I was just really salty then. Ysabel. This is by Guy. I didn't even tell you who wrote this. Blackthorn Key by Kevin Sands. I will get to all these books in my study videos, I promise. Next book is Ysabel, Guy Gabriel Kay. Now this one strikes me as a horror book. Mythic figures from conflicts of long ago erupt into the present. So I'm thinking it's kind of like a ghost haunting kind of thing, which, like The Conjuring, ghost hunting, ghost hunters is my thing. So I'm very interested in that. And now the things that I was most excited about. I got some classics. I found this website called Book Outlet, and they sell a lot of books there, a lot of books for kind of low prices, if I'm honest. Each of these books were like $11.90, which I think is a steal. It's not as cheap as like $3.99, the ones I straight up bought from the thrift store, but it's still like, it's up there, So what did I just say? This is Tales from the Hinterland. Whenever I hear Hinterland, I just think of the bogs of the Hinterland from Barbie. If you remember, you remember. If you don't know, you don't know. It's by Melissa Albert. I'll bite my tongue one of these days, I swear. This strikes me as like a fairy tale book, but more sinister and chilly. So it has, I think, 3 short stories. Don't quote me on that. Yes, it has 3 short stories, and they're all kind of chilly, kind of creepy, which is what this is about. And I'm excited to get into this because I was like, it's winter, let's get something chilly, let's get something creepy. So I ended up getting this. It was my new book because I've never read this before, and the other books that I bought from book outlets were classics. So I was like, let me get one new thing. So I ended up getting this, and I'm really excited to get into it. Next, Jane Eyre. No, this deserves like a good, because this deserves. Do you see that? Yes, that is it. This is Jane Eyre. Have you ever seen such a pretty edition of a book? I swear, when I was in high school in Nigeria, the Jane Eyre book in my school was like this thick. And when I bought this book, I thought it would be like maybe like this. And when it came, look how thick, 500 pages. I was so confused. I was like, how? Because the book I read was literally this small. I'm like, how do you go from this to this? But I'm so excited. I did read it once, but I mean, like I said, it was literally this small. So I'm excited to see what was left out and just get into it. I really like this book. It's not usually what I would read because it's a bit creepy. It's a bit like there's a bit of romance. There's obviously themes of, I think she was an orphan and she worked as a servant. I don't remember because it's been like 6 years since I read this. No, like what, 7 or 8 since I read this book. So 7, maybe that's an exact. No, it was an SS1. I was 13 when I read this. I'm 20 now. That is 7 years. Wow. Now for the last book, Oliver Twist. Once again, it's the same thing. Like the Oliver Twist I read as a child was barely this thick, like this thick. So I was so surprised. Like how? What's inside? What else is inside? I've had a breeze through, and there are things here that I didn't see before, but there are also things that I recognize. I think this book is going to be one of my first books for a study of, which is going to be a series about me talking about books and all that stuff. And we can fashion it however you want me to. Do you want me to summarize the story in like a 1-hour video where I just talk to you? Would you enjoy that? Do you want me to talk about themes? As I said, I'm not a very history savvy person, so I might not go deep into the historical themes. I just like talking about books, so I'll talk to you about books, So this is going to be my next video, this book. And yeah, that was what I got. My book mountain's about to fall down. That was everything that I got for the holidays. I'm really happy. That's how it is when you really enjoy something. Just looking at it will just give you joy, So I'm really excited to start reading these books. I used this lip today and I don't know what to do with myself. Like everything I got today is just giving me joy, inspiring me. I mean, I look good. Yeah, this is me hyping myself up. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm so sorry. Like, I will try to get better at this. We're going into this year. We're going into this year with full energy, with full like belief in ourselves. Not really, but we're kind of faking it, and we're going from there. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again next week. Bye. Oh, and happy 2022 again. See you.